Hello and welcome to another video from Marina Sirtis Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, we're looking at something quite exciting. We are looking at the 1996 release by Playmates from their 6-inch series of Star Trek First Contact action figures. And these action figures are all obviously based on the movie Star Trek First Contact. And these were slightly larger than the standard Playmates figures, or the previous Star Trek Playmates figures, whereas these ones were 6 inches as opposed to the 4-inch figures. Okay, so this particular figure we're looking at today is of the delightful Commander Deanna Troi, who was the ship's counselor aboard the USS Enterprise, both on the Enterprise D before it was destroyed in Generations, and Enterprise E, which was the ship that was birthed in Star Trek First Contact. Now, this is exciting. Why, you ask? Well, because this particular card has been signed by none other than Councillor Deanna Troi herself, Marina Sirtis, who is the actress who played her in the TV series and in the movies, and recently in the TV series Picard. So we get to that in a moment. But first of all, let's have a quick look at the card. So it says Star Trek First Contact at the top, and you can see Marina Sirtis' signature over the top of that, but let's skip past that for the time being. You've got an image of the Borg on the left-hand side, and you've got an image of the Enterprise E flying through space. Behind the bubble you can see the figure, and you've also got the image of the Phoenix rocket, which was what the story is all based on. And it says Commander Deanna Troi, Counselor USS Enterprise, Starfleet Accessories include away team case, shot glass, personal access display device or the pad, Starfleet Type II Phaser, exclusive mini movie poster, and bonus Starfleet action base. And it's assortment number 16100, and it's stock number 16106. Okay, so that's the front of the card. Now, before we have a good look at the figure and the autograph, let's turn the card round to the back and have a good look at the back of the card. Okay, so I've turned the card round to the back, and this is what we've got printed on the back. So it says Star Trek First Contact, Commander Deanna Troi, Counselor USS Enterprise, with exclusive movie mini poster. And it says the Borg are back. The most lethal threat to humanity's existence has returned with a new starship and new strategy for conquering Earth. The Federation's defensive fail, and the Terran support is about to be conquered. Faced with assimilation by the Borg, Starfleet turns to Captain Jean-Luc Picard and his crew from the new USS Enterprise. They stopped a Borg invasion once before, but this time fate is against them. To save Earth, they must boldly go where no one has gone before. And it says, you've got an image of the figure. It says resistance is futile. And you've got Starfleet Accessories. So this included with this figure is the away team case, which is for planetary survey samples container. A shot glass, small drinking glass. Personal access database, the pad, which is handheld information and control unit. Starfleet Type II Phaser, personal issued defense armament. And Starfleet Action Base, Counselor Troi stands ready to defend Earth. Resistance is futile. Collect the entire galaxy of Star Trek movie action figures. And you've got, in the series, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Commander William T. Riker, Lieutenant Commander Data, Dr. Beverly Crusher, Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge, Lieutenant Commander Worf, Commander Deanna Troi, the Borg, Zefram Cochrane, Lily, and Picard in Starfleet spacesuit. And it says explore the final frontier each week with all new episodes of your favourite Star Trek TV shows, and that's Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek Voyager. And it says Paramount Pictures celebrates 30 years of Star Trek this fall with exciting new film featuring the legendary cast of Star Trek Next Generation. But the Starfleet adventure continues every week on Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek Voyager. Tune in for exciting new episodes. Check your local TV listings for times and channels. It says join the official Star Trek fan club and receive a 1-year subscription to the Star Trek Communicator Look for special movie issues with exclusive interviews with Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, and the rest of the Next Generation cast and crew. Join now. Visit Playmates World Wide Web, www.playmates.com. Star Trek logo, Playmates logo, ages 4 and up, assortment number 16100, stock number 16106, barcode on the right, and you've got all the copyright information from Paramount Pictures at the very bottom. Okay, so that's the back of the card. Let's have a shimmy round now to the front, and let's have a good look at the figure and Marina Sirtis' signature. Okay, so I've zoomed right in on the facial features of the figure, and it's not a bad likeness really for Deanna Troi, with her long, beautiful black hair, beautiful featured face, and she's in her, obviously, her first contact uniform, which was the grey shoulders and the black bodysuit. And she's got a green undershirt and green stripes around her sleeves. Now these figures are 6 inches as compared to the smaller figures from the previous series of Star Trek figures. I just want to get the ruler and let's just double check the size, because sometimes they are out. No, there we go. So it's exactly 6 inches, which is 15 centimeters. Width-wise, across the hand, we're looking at about 6 centimeters, and depth-wise, if we just measure from the side there, we're looking at about 2.5 inches from the widest points. Okay, sculpture-wise, facial feature sculpturing. Let's have a really good look at her face. It's quite a nice likeness of Deanna Troi, to be perfectly honest with you. The sculpting is pretty good. It's not quite there, but it is a very, very good likeness of how she appeared in First Contact. I think in most of the TV episodes she had kind of like permed hair, but in First Contact her hair was straight, which is exactly how this figure is portraying her. Nice facial shape. Yeah, very, very similar to Deanna Troi. It is really a nice likeness of Marina Sirtis, who played the character, obviously. And you can see a Starfleet badge on her chest, on the top breast, and to the left of her you can see the Star Trek mini poster. And if I just turn the card to the side, you can see behind her behind the poster all the accessories that come with it, which was her way team case, a shot glass, you just about to see that, the pad, a phaser, and just at the back there you can see the display stand. Okay, so that is the figure itself. Articulation wise, well, the articulation is just the same as the smaller figures. Now, as this is sealed and I have no intention of taking it out of the packet, I'm going to just show you one of my smaller figures, which is of Jadzia Dax from Deep Space Nine, from the episode Trials and Tribulations. But the articulation on these figures are all the same. So you've got the movement of the head, you've got the tops of the shoulders, you've got the tops of the arms that twist, and you've got the elbows that go up and down. No hand movements. You've got the moving waist. You've got the tops of the legs that move, and you've got the knee joints that move. So they can be manipulated into pretty much as any position, really. This particular one, because she's wearing a skirt, the tops of her legs don't actually move that far. But the ones with the jumpsuits on have got much better articulation as far as the tops of the legs are concerned. Okay, so that is the figure itself. Let's now have a look at that signature. Let's just zoom in to the very top of the card, and there you can see Marina Sirtis' signature. Now, this signature was obtained at an event in London. I think it was at the XL Centre. I'm assuming it was a Comic-Con. I don't think it was a Star Trek alone convention. I think it was one of the Comic-Cons. But the guy that obtained this signature, he went along to the event and he bought this figure from one of the dealers that was there, and Marina Sirtis was there with a few of the members of Star Trek, and she signed the card for him, and it's been in his collection ever since, until sadly he passed away, and the collection then was offered to us to purchase, which we did do, and obviously this was amongst that items that we purchased. So yeah, a little bit of a sad story to it, but again, it's a nice collective piece, and very, very collectible, quite unique really. You won't really see many of these. I think I have seen one once before pop up on one of the platforms, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people took signatures of photographs from the characters at these events. Very few people got them to sign other things, but yeah, this was signed in person at a Star Trek event in London. Okay, so that is the figure, and that is the signature. So figure-wise, the figures, first contact figures, literally flew off the shelf. It was a very big time for Star Trek, and the figures wasn't being released quick enough for the customers in the UK. They were always queuing up for action figures. As soon as they were released, as soon as the new batches come in, they were literally sold straight off the shelf. And first contact ones, there wasn't enough released originally. So I think I can remember us ordering about 10 or 12 cases of figures for first contact, and we ended up getting 2. So it was a first come first served basis when we sold these figures, when we had the shop. So, and then we had to wait weeks and weeks and weeks for more to come. When we did get replenishments, they didn't sell quite as quick. They still sold out, but they didn't sell quite as quickly, obviously, because they've been around now for a while. But and then again, it took us a while to get more stock in, until the line actually come to an end. So yeah, they done exceptionally well in the UK. I mean, I imagine that they done just as well in the US. So at the time, it was a very, very big thing for Star Trek action figures, and everybody was screaming for figures, new figures from all of the current TV episodes and the original classic Star Trek series. Now, finding these figures now, don't get me wrong, they do pop up from time to time. First contact figures do come up on platforms in various conditions, in sealed packs and open packs, but you very, very rarely find a figure like this which has been autographed by the actress who portrayed the character. So for us, this is a unique item. It's the only one that we've got, but it is available to purchase on the MySuch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Trek items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody. I'm absolutely positive that you won't want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.